It's new comic book day! What did you guys pick up this week? Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, and getting ready to bring ya Spider Slayer's Comic Book Haul. This is episode 383, and this is the video series where each and every week I share with you, the fans, which cool and awesome books I picked up at the comic book store. And anytime throughout this video, guys, if you want to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And at any time also in the comments below, make sure you put down what you picked up at the comic book store, as I would love to hear from you. So, without further ado, guys, let's not waste any more time and let's see what I picked up. Now, this is the 5th week of the month for comics, so usually there's not such great stuff. There's annuals, things like that. So let's see what I grabbed from all this, right? So here is the mysterious black bag of comic books. And as I open up the bag, the comics will slowly be revealed to each and every one of you. So here we go. All right, so first things first. If I can get this out. Bag's on the floor. And here we go. Bags and boards like I get every single week. So have to get those, right? All right, so let's flip this bad boy over and see what we have here. And the first thing we have is the Absolute Carnage promotional card. It's right around the corner, guys, because in August 2019, which is next week, we get Absolute Carnage, and we get all the other tie-ins that go into it. So are you guys picking up Absolute Carnage? Are you getting every issue, or are you just getting the main event? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear it, guys. So I'm looking forward to that. There's actually a launch party for this at your participating comic book shop. All right, so now the actual comics. First one we talk about is Paper Girls issue 30. This book has been going on for quite a long time, and this is the final issue. So how do the girls wrap up their journey? Where do they leave off? Will there be a sequel sometime in the future? I don't know. We will see. This looks like it's been optioned for a possible show or movie or whatever the case may be. So if you have issue 1, you might want to hold on to that. This has been a great story. If you guys can read it in trade and whatnot, or catch up on it, I definitely suggest it. It's a cool book. So here we have some of the artwork in case you guys are curious about that interior artwork here. All right, so very anxious to see how this whole thing ends up. So this is Paper Girls issue 30. Next, we have another book that has been optioned. This is Farmhand. This is issue 10. I have every single one of these issues, as I am behind on this series, but if I have a light week, I'm going to catch up on reading it. I think the last issue I read was either issue 3 or issue 4. Really great book. Rob Guillory is the actual writer and artist of this story, and again, it's about a farmer who grows body parts and transfer them to different people, but they're having all these crazy side effects. This is a really good story, something different. If you're looking for something new and not a superhero book, this is definitely the book I suggest to go out there and buy. All right, so this is Farmhand. This is issue 10. All right, so next, check out The Ice Cream Man. This is issue number 13 of this series. This book is just weird. It has to do with these stories. I just got this. I'm like, am I holding this right? But look, it's the same thing. You can flip it upside. It's like you don't know which side is right unless you have the spine to your left, right? So I was like, man, that's crazy. It's a backwards cover. It's so funny. But Ice Cream Man is cool horror type of book. If you're into horror books, it's kind of creepy. You don't really know where the story is going, if it actually is going anywhere. It's mostly like these types of one and done types of stories. But it's just odd and weird. But I like it. I've been reading it since the beginning, and I'm curious to see what they'll go how this book will go in the future, you know? So this is Ice Cream Man. This is issue 13 with the backwards cover. That trips me out. All right, then I decided to give this one a try. This was kind of heavily promoted at my comic book shop. This is from Dark Horse Comics, and I don't get many Dark Horse books, but this is Man in Black. This is issue number 1. Have no idea what it's about. It just says a soapy, eerie new comic that delivers as many laughs as it does jolts, often at the same time. So Cullen Bunn is the writer. Cullen Bunn writes great horror books. I may not be like a huge fan of this artwork. It looks like real like muddy type of style, but it does give this dark tone to it. But the writing could be really good, and that's what Cullen Bunn is known for, is these horror-like books. So curious to see what this one is about, and if I'll continue it going forward after the first issue. So yes, issue number 1. All right, next. From Image Comics, we're one away from 300, and now we have Spawn issue 299, as obviously it pays tribute to the Amazing Spider-Man 299. Very similar cover, just the different characters on there. Chance is this guy, whatever it is. Obviously, Spawn is like Spider-Man, and then there's all people underneath there, which they're monsters. But the font is the same as the Amazing Spider-Man. Really cool. I can't wait for actually issue 300 and 301 to come out, as they still pay homages to the Amazing Spider-Man that Todd McFarlane did. So yes, this is issue 299. Sorry I didn't show you some of the interior artwork. That's the way it looks right there. I'm mainly collecting this for nostalgia purposes. Not really into the story right now. I haven't read Spawn in a very long time, but needless to say, it's cool to have the book in your collection. All right, so next this week, guys, we have Red Hood Outlaw. This is issue 3. Annual number 3. So ever since Jason Todd has left his outlaw friends behind him, we got to see where they actually went to. They went to like a different version of Earth or whatnot, and they went to the Justice League. And now we get to see in this issue where they have been all this time. So we get to see Bizarro and Artemis in there. And I think this can make a cool story. Because you want to know where they went, and you want to also know if they'll come back, and maybe this book will be Red Hood and the Outlaws once again, instead of just Jason Todd and his own outlaw. So here's some more of that artwork. So yeah, so this might be an annual worth reading, because it really dives deeper into the overall story of Red Hood and the Outlaws. So this is issue 3. All right. So very curious to see if Marvel Comic Presents issue 7 will be just as popular as issue 6, as we wound up getting the first appearance of Logan's daughter in that last issue, and that book just blew up. So yeah, this is Marvel Comic Presents issue 7, and it has an Iron Man story in here as well with Wolverine's daughter. I'm thinking she's in this particular issue. She's in here too. So again, she makes her second appearance in here. Will we actually find out where she's from? Will we get an origin tale from her? So here we get some more of her in here too. So what does Marvel do with this character? Do they push her forward? Do they make her a main character in the Marvel Universe? That's still yet to be determined, and that will probably determine the actual price value of issue 6 going forward as well. So we'll see what happens with that story and the other stories as well. So this is issue 7 of the series. All right, next. Bought this book just for cover. I don't read Captain America right now, but I just thought this was too cool. Captain America Carnageized. This is issue 12. Check out that cover. You got Captain America standing there, the symbiote possessing his shield, and it's all around like his gloves and everything like that. And you get to see the creepy, eerie teeth on there too. That is just an awesome cover, and the Statue of Liberty's in the background. Really cool stuff. Don't know how many of you read Captain America right now. I tried it. I couldn't get into it because I felt out of place with it. So here is the actual artwork inside, so you guys can check that out. Again, if that makes you help you determine on this comic if you want to buy it or not. But yeah, so I don't know. If you read Captain America, cool. But again, I just bought it for that awesome cover. All right, so next we wound up getting Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is issue 7. Really cool series by Tom Taylor. Really puts Spider-Man in the neighborhood as he's dealing with certain situations that are happening with his fellow police chief, or Aunt May dealing with her cancer. Just all these different types of situations. And the humor is there. The latest issue is dealing with the Prowler, as at first Spidey thought that Prowler was the one that blew up Aunt May's donation center or whatnot too. So this is a cool book. I like it. It's a different take on Spider-Man. It really focuses in on his neighborhood instead of these worldwide events or owning his own company, stuff like that. So, but it does somewhat tie into the Amazing Spider-Man title loosely. It does, because certain things are mentioned in Amazing Spider-Man. So here's some of that artwork in here as well. I guess we learn a little bit more about that character as well. I always forget her name. I can never remember her name. But we got a lot of black and white moments there. So there you have it. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue 9. All right, next we wound up getting the second part here of what's it called? Of Powers of X. So this is issue 1. Now, House of X did not have a lot of action, but it had a lot of informational overload to tell you a lot about the world and where they lived and the drugs that they're dispensing for humans and what an Omega level mutant is. So maybe this one is the book that has more action in it. I don't know. We'll see. But let's see here. So I open up the book, and this is the way it looks right here off the start. So the colors look really good. Here it looks like I think we might have some more character moments just by these couple opening pages. Here we have Xavier talking to what looks like Rogue. So I would love to see maybe how the X-Men got to this point. I don't know. But right away, it looks like, I feel like we're getting more character moments. Maybe not as many charts and graphs in this particular issue. There we get to see a Sentinel. So yeah, so there's some stuff going on in here that might be really cool. I want to know what's going on with this. Who is this character? Is it Illyana mixed with Colossus? Is it a mixture? Like, how did we get to that point? Because she's all over the front cover here. And speaking of that, she's all over this cover as well. So she's the main focal point of this cover. So I wound up getting the variant cover for Powers of X, because I'm very curious to see what is happening all here. So I felt like I had to get this cover as well. So this is a cool cover for me to keep and never open, and that is a good reading copy. But this is a gorgeous copy of Illyana Colossus, whoever she is, and I'm interested to see how we got this person, or whatever. So maybe Hickman will tell that story. I don't know. So that's Powers of X, issue number 1. All right, and next I wound up getting some True Believer books. So I wound up getting Carnage Mind Bomb, issue 1. Never read this book. I never even heard of it until recently, because I watched also Comic Tom 101's channel, and he mentioned this. And Donny Cates said it was a really awesome book. So I want to go back and kind of read this and see what this was about. But I never read this. I might have been not reading comics at the time, or actually missed it. But it is a very horrific looking type of book, and I'm kind of anxious to read it. So yes, that is Carnage Mind Bomb. This is issue 1. And then next, I wound up getting True Believers issue 1, Venom, Separation Anxiety. So I wound up getting that too, with all the different symbiotes in there. Again, I'm a sucker for all this Venom stuff, so if I can get these reprints for $1, yeah, why not? It's a good, if I ever get time, it would be cool to do like a video series on just True Believer books. I think that could be really a lot of fun. All right, and then next we have Absolute Carnage, Savage Rebirth, guest starring Silver Surfer. This is another copy that I bought of this one. I have this original copy from back in the day, but I wanted to read this in reprints because I just wanted to see. I forgot how Carnage got possession of Silver Surfer So, and the artwork is really nice in this book as well. So this looks cool. So again, for $1, why not? You can't go wrong. You know, if you want dollar comics, here's how you can get them, right? Just get these True Believer books. They're great stories, you know? So that's awesome. And then I actually bought this at MegaCon 2 years ago. Planet of the Symbiotes. They had the whole set there, and I just happened to buy it because that's when Venom was taking off with Donny Cates, and I'm like, they had a Planet of the Symbiotes back in the day. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy that, and I bought the whole set. But they have the reprint of the first issue of that, and so I was like, yeah, I'll buy this too, so I can read this one because my other ones are stored away. And yeah, quite interesting that, you know, they had that concept before the whole Null situation and how he was the god of symbiotes. And here's some more of that artwork in there as well. And then last but not least, once again, I got another Avengers title to add to my Avengers Volume 1 collection. And I wound up getting issue 235 of the Avengers here. And we get to see Welcome to the Wizard's Mansion of Mechanized Mayhem. So they're fighting the Wizard, and you get to see like Scarlet Witch and She-Hulk and Captain America all being beat down by the Wizard. So really cool cover there as well. So yeah, guys, there you have it. There's the haul for the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now it's your turn in the comments below. Like I said earlier, put what you picked up at the comic book store this week and which books you're looking forward to reading. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the channel and sticking through me through the summer. As in a couple of weeks, the channel will be getting back to a normal, regular schedule now that summer's coming to an end. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. And again, if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that all-important notification button. So again, guys, thank you, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.